Everyone a very happy Hanukkah from our family to yours. So what's really interesting is that there's a couple of core parshas that are always the same that always come out Hanukkah, and this week's parsha, Parshas Vayishev, it deals with Joseph and the brothers, and really the tragedy that unfolds, which ends up leading to a very good conclusion in a lot of ways until that becomes also tragic, sort of how history goes. Um, what's interesting is that Jacob sends Joseph, his son, to go look for his brothers. Now, there's been a tremendous amount of frustration, anger. This whole event culminates in Joseph being sold and Jacob going into a 2 decade long tragic sense of despair, thinking his son was gone. But when Joseph goes to look for his brothers, he encounters a man, it's an angel, and he says, I'm looking for my brothers. And it's really fascinating, this idea, what that has to do with Hanukkah. What we see is that nowadays identity is really difficult because unlike previous generations or previous situations, like you don't have to really do much of anything at all, and you have access to all of this information, all of these different ideas and groups with which you can belong, and there's not really that much pressure to do anything. What's really beautiful is that certain holidays bring out the Jews, so to speak. And I really don't think, again, in Israel, maybe it's Yom Kippur, but I really think if you look at it, Hanukkah is the holiday. I saw Julian Edelman, who's the famous football player. He's lighting his Hanukkah candles, and Adam Sandler has that famous song about Hanukkah candles. And it's amazing that this holiday really brings out people who identify with Judaism, people that practice Judaism, and you're like, oh, cool, that person's lighting a menorah. And that person's like, again, a lot of these people in Hollywood that might never, identify with Judaism or, even a lot traditional Judaism, whatever it might be, they're lighting Hanukkah candles. And it's shocking, it's fascinating. That's this concept of brotherhood, the concept of brother and sisterhood, of familyhood, right? That we look around, specifically Hanukkah time, and we feel this sense of connection with other Jewish people, and we see who's Jewish and how they're expressing it. And it's a beautiful concept that when we look at this, we have to think, and that's also a deep idea, that there's a lot of darkness out there. But the concept of the Hanukkah lights is that kind of deep down inside, people are looking to express it, and we're looking to express it, and that's where that kinship and family is created. So it's a little bit longer than usual. It's Hanukkah, right? That one of the concepts as we light the candle is how do we create, how do we manifest, how do we light our own candles so that people can look at us and see our identification with our heritage, and also how do we appreciate and feel close to people that are doing the same. So a wonderful, wonderful Hanukkah to you. Good Shabbos, and thank you very much.